How to Control Your Mind and Your Emotions. Part 2. When the mind creates stories that hurt us, not every thought you have is true, but the mind is very good at telling stories. Stories like, they don't care about me. I'm not good enough. I always fail. Something bad will happen. These stories feel real because they come with emotion. And when emotion joins thought, the mind believes it immediately. But here is something important to remember. A thought is just a thought, not a fact. The mind's job is to predict, protect, and prepare. Sometimes it does this well, sometimes it creates fear where there is no danger. When you notice your mind creating painful stories, don't fight it. Fighting makes the story louder. Instead, gently say, "This is a story my mind is telling." That sentence creates distance. You are not your thoughts. You are the one watching the thoughts. With practice, you begin to choose which thoughts deserve your energy, and slowly emotional suffering reduces. Learning to respond instead of react. Reaction is fast, response is wise. When something triggers you, the body reacts first. Heart beats faster, muscles tighten, breath becomes shallow. This is automatic, but after the reaction, you still have a choice. That choice is your response. A response includes awareness, calm breathing, intention. You don't need to answer immediately. You don't need to decide everything now. Silence is also a response. Sometimes the most powerful response is, "I will think about this later." When you respond instead of react, you protect your peace. You stop creating regret. You stop hurting yourself and others. This is emotional maturity. And like any skill, it grows with practice. How loneliness and overthinking affect emotions. Loneliness changes the way the mind works. When we feel alone, the mind becomes louder. Thoughts repeat. Memories replay. Worries grow. Overthinking is often not a thinking problem. It's an emotional need. A need for connection, understanding, safety. When you notice overthinking, ask, what do I really need right now? Sometimes the answer is rest. Sometimes it's movement. Sometimes it's quiet. Sometimes it's kindness toward yourself. You don't need to fix everything tonight. Be gentle with your mind when it feels tired. A tired mind cannot control emotions well. Rest is also a form of control. Building emotional balance in daily life. Emotional balance is built in small moments. How you start your morning, how you speak to yourself, how you treat your body. Simple habits make a big difference. Drinking enough water, sleeping regularly, moving your body, reducing negative input. Your mind and emotions live inside your body. Care for the body and the emotions become calmer. Also watch how you talk to yourself. If your inner voice is harsh, emotions become heavy. If your inner voice is kind, emotions soften. Speak to yourself like you would speak to a close friend. That changes everything. Living with a calm mind and open heart. A calm mind does not mean a perfect life. It means you can face life without losing yourself. You will still feel emotions, but you won't drown in them. You will still think deeply, but you won't get lost in your thoughts. This is what it means to control your mind and emotions. Not control by force, but by understanding patience and compassion. With time, you become someone who feels deeply and stays steady. Someone who listens instead of reacts. Someone who breathes instead of panics. This is inner strength. Making peace with thoughts you cannot control. Some thoughts do not ask permission. They appear suddenly. Strange thoughts. Negative thoughts. Thoughts you wish you didn't have. Many people believe, if I have this thought, something is wrong with me. But that is not true. The mind produces thoughts the way the heart beats. Not every thought has meaning. Not every thought needs attention. Trying to control every thought creates tension. Peace comes from allowing thoughts to pass. Imagine clouds moving across the sky. You don't chase them. You don't stop them. You watch them drift away. Thoughts are the same. When a disturbing thought appears, say, "This is just a thought." No fear. No judgment. The mind becomes calmer when it is not punished for thinking. You don't need a silent mind. You need a friendly relationship with your mind. Emotional control during painful moments. Some moments hurt deeply. Loss, disappointment, goodbyes, silence where connection used to be. In these moments, controlling emotions does not mean staying strong. It means staying present. Let yourself feel without collapsing into the feeling. Pain asks for attention, not resistance. Breathe into the pain. Slow down. Stay with yourself. Say gently, "This hurts and I am still here." Avoid escaping immediately into distractions. Distraction delays healing. Pain processed slowly becomes wisdom. Pain avoided becomes suffering. You don't need to rush your healing. Healing respects your pace. Releasing emotional attachment and expectations. Much emotional suffering comes from attachment. Attachment to outcomes. Attachment to people. Attachment to how things should be. Expectation creates tension between reality and desire. When life doesn't match, expectation emotions react. This doesn't mean stop caring. It means hold things lightly. Care deeply, but don't cling. Say, I give my best, and I allow life to unfold. Detachment is not coldness. It is freedom. When expectations soften, peace grows. You stop forcing life to behave a certain way. You start flowing with it, and emotions become steadier. Becoming emotionally independent. Emotional independence does not mean being alone. It means your peace is not controlled by others, not by their words, not by their mood, not by their approval. You stop asking, do they accept me? And start asking, do I accept myself? This shift is powerful. When your inner world is stable, the outer world loses power over you. You still connect, you still love, but you don't lose yourself. This is emotional strength, living with awareness, calm and inner trust. At the deepest level, controlling your mind and emotions is about trust, trusting yourself, trusting your ability to feel and recover, trusting life. You no longer panic when emotions rise. You understand their nature. You feel, you breathe, you let go, and peace returns. Not because life is perfect, but because you are grounded. This is not a destination. It is a daily practice. And each day you grow quieter inside, stronger without hardness, calmer without disconnection. Trusting yourself when emotions feel unclear. There will be days when you don't understand your emotions. You wake up feeling heavy, but you don't know why. Nothing is clearly wrong, yet nothing feels right. In these moments, the mind searches for answers. It analyzes, it compares, it judges. But emotions are not problems to solve. They are experiences to move through. Instead of forcing clarity, practice trust. Trust that confusion will pass. Feelings will change. You don't need all answers today. Say gently, I don't understand this feeling yet, and that's okay. This kind of patience calms the nervous system. Emotional control does not mean always knowing. It means staying kind to yourself even when you don't know. Slow down your expectations of yourself. Give your mind room to breathe. Sometimes clarity comes not from thinking, but from resting. And when you stop pushing, the mind softens, and emotions settle naturally. A quiet mind, a steady heart. At the end of this journey, remember this. You were never meant to eliminate emotions. You were meant to understand them. You were never meant to silence the mind. You were meant to befriend it. A calm life is not a life without storms. It is a life where you know how to stand in the storm. Without losing yourself, you will feel anger and let it pass. You will feel sadness and remain gentle. You will feel fear and stay present. This is control, not force. Not resistance, but awareness. Each breath brings you back. Each pause gives you strength. Each moment of kindness heals something inside. As you move forward, take this with you. You are allowed to feel. You are allowed to rest. You are allowed to grow slowly. Your mind will learn. Your emotions will soften, and peace will visit you more often. If this series helped you find calm or understanding, gently follow and subscribe for more reflections on the mind and emotions. Thank you for listening, and thank you for choosing inner growth.